Tootsie Roll. I can hardly wait to get into. Oh, hi. I'm gonna bet that you're here for the winter forecast. Weather presenters and meteorologists, they love to put together forecasts. Bet you didn't know that about us. I'll bet there's a lot you didn't know about weather presenters and forecasters. For instance, we have a weather-ism that we call a seasonal forecast. We all get together and it's like, ooh, it's like the big dance, or it's like the big show. It's like game time. And if there's one thing Canadians love talking about more than anything in the world, it's the weather, especially when it comes to winter.
Only 3 weeks left till winter.
It's just a real honor for us here to help all Canadians with this tricky season ahead.
Snowfall prediction coming up.
Here in Canada, we live in a place called the Great White North. And here it can get really snowy. But thankfully, with our very talented meteorologists and weather experts, we will let you know exactly what to expect this upcoming tricky season. That's where our story begins. I have my Tootsie Roll now.
Hello Canada, welcome to our very festive 2021 Winter Aftercast. I'm your host, Jordan Reed. We have so much to discuss today. Thank you for joining us live to our after party. And it's very fitting because it's actually happening on the very first day of meteorological winter, aka December 1st. And I'm not going to be here all alone. I'm joined with a wonderful winter weather expert panel. First, I have Matthew D. Nicole Antonio, Jesse Uppel, and Chantel Prescott. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. You look so festive and beautiful.
Great to be here.
Thanks so much,
Happy to be here, Jordan.
Thank
Well, I
you,
gotta
Jordan.
say, yeah, of course. When I said meteorological winter, I can't even pronounce it now. What exactly does it mean? I know a lot of meteorologists say that today is the start to winter, but for people like me, it's not. Jesse, can you explain?
It's not. It's also a mouthful, Jordan, like you mentioned. A lot of people distinguish the start of winter with winter solstice, and that all has to do with the Earth's orbit around the sun. I don't want to get too scientific. I don't want to bore you guys. But in terms of meteorological winter, for us meteorologists and climatologists, we like to distinguish the start of winter, dividing up the seasons with the coldest months. So meteorological winter starts on December. It incorporates all of December, January, February. You could think of the entire calendar year split up into quarters. So in terms of meteorological summer, that would be June, July, August, so the warmest months. So today's a really special day, and we're going to discuss all about this upcoming winter.
That's super informative. I'm already learning here today, but let's jump into a little bit more of a controversial topic. We're talking about winter. Do you love it? Do you hate it? As Canadians, we're supposed to be winter warriors, but not all of us love the snowy season. I know when we're reading the Facebook comments and Twitter comments from all of you viewers at home, a lot of you actually don't like to see snow falling on the ground. So I'm curious as to what you all think here. Chantel, thumbs up, thumb down. What's your take on winter?
Well, my birthday is Christmas Eve, so I love winter. I love the entire season. The only thing I could say is the downside is the driving conditions. But other than that, I love winter. I love the fun it brings for the kids and the activities that we get to do outside with them. So definitely a lover more than anything.
Awesome. Matt, what do you think? It's looking pretty festive behind you. Do you love that?
Yeah, I think the guy wearing the hockey jersey would tell you, big fan of winter sports. Winter weather, it does get a bit of a bad rap. People prefer warm temperatures over cold temperatures, but there's a lot of great things that you can do in the cold weather months and in the winter season. We're going to talk about those as we go through the program tonight, but I love all seasons, and winter is certainly near the top of the list.
Of course, and Jesse, you've been talking about winter forever. Tell me, do you love it? We need to know.
It's not the top of, it doesn't make the top of my list for favorite seasons of the year. Summer is up there. Yeah, I love the hot humidity that comes in the summer months. Not so much the cold. I hate the wind chill. I hate to say it, but as a meteorologist, we love forecasting these weather events, especially once you get into those intense local events like lake effect bands, lake effect snow across the Great Lakes, or the sea effect snow that you see across the East Coast. There's a lot of fun stuff when it comes to the science behind it, for sure.
Yes, and I guess our love for winter is really going to depend on what's in store for our region. Meteorologist Jesse Uppel, what are temperatures like for our winter season ahead?
You know what, Jordan, and everyone at home watching, we did release our winter forecast not too long ago, so I won't go into too much detail, but I will give you a glimpse, and I want to show you a couple of graphics just to support this, just so we could illustrate across the country, depending on where you are, winter is going to play out quite differently. Let's talk about the cold, and that is going to be across the west, British Columbia, stretching into the three prairie provinces. We are likely going to be experiencing a below normal temperature trend as we head into the heart of winter. Now, this cold air is going to be more so western focused as we head into January and February. Take a look at that divide as you push further across the east, entering the Great Lakes, incorporating all of the Atlantic provinces. We are tipping above normal, which is great news and also not so great news because Matt, you love the cold. You like to embrace that. Jordan, I know we're not a huge fan of the extreme cold. We'll get some shots of cold across the east, but it's not going to be locked in place. And many of us love the snow. We love enjoying winter activities. So these above normal temperatures across the east may kind of interrupt that winter weather that we are expecting to see at times. We might in fact see more of a January thaw as we head into the new year.
Ooh, that sounds really interesting. For me, when I think about weather, I think about sitting in my living room, staring out the window at the snow falling down. I typically try to avoid going outside at all costs. But as Jesse and Matt mentioned, a lot of people love winter sports. And our BC's Mia Gordon actually has an inside scoop to the ski season. Let's take a look at this.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's time to dust off those boots, wax those skis,
and get ready for this year's ski season. Well, my ski season, it's going to look a little different this year. I can't believe these bibs fit me right now. I'll be enjoying more of the après nachos than the actual slopes this year. But if you are an avid skier, I have some good news for you because our winter forecast is calling for 1, below seasonal temperatures, and 2, above seasonal precipitation and snowfall. And it's also calling for these winter conditions to last well into March. So an extended ski season is in store for us. So if you're one of those people that love to wake up early on POW days and get those first tracks in, this is going to be a great year for you. And I'm keeping my fingers crossed that I can join for a little bit of spring skiing later on.
Thank you, Mia. Man, can she rock a snowsuit. You look beautiful. And speaking about some winter things that you love to do outdoors, growing up, I actually played hockey because I'm from Muskoka, and if you don't play hockey in Muskoka, you get kicked out. It's true. Matt, I see obviously you're wearing a Team Canada jersey. Tell me why you decided to wear that for our winter aftercast today.
Well, one of my favorite winter activities, like you, Jordan, is winter outdoor hockey. If you can find a great outdoor rink, the cities that you live in may have some city-run rinks. Those are always great ones. Last year, when we were in the middle of the pandemic, there was, and of course we still are, but last year there were a sort of an uptick in people who were building rinks at home, and I've decided to do that this year as well. Sometimes all it takes is a little bit of wood, you get the right liner, and you need the right temperatures. So I'm going to be attempting to build a backyard rink this year. It's always been a dream of mine to be able to build a backyard rink or have a rink in my backyard. So it looks like, those graphics that we saw earlier where some of the temperatures might be above seasonal for some areas, that might present a few challenges, as you do need those nice cold temperatures to keep the ice frozen throughout the season. But it's a challenge that I am going to embrace this year, and I'm sure many of our viewers at home either have done it in the past or are going to do it again this year. It's sort of a classic Canadian at-home activity during the winter to build your own rink. So that's going to be one of my fun projects at home this year.
Yeah, take a look at that. It looks really well made. No duct tape in sight from those pictures. Are you sharing your address, Matt? Like, can I come on by and get the skates going, or what?
That'll be by invite only, I think.
Oh, okay. Well, my email's open for you at any time. Chantel, I don't know if you played any hockey, but I am curious to know about some winter sports or activities that you love.
I just love soccer in the winter. It's a little different, but with my daughter, taking the ball out, kicking it around, it adds another dimension, kicking it on the snow. So it's kind of training her for what's to come later on. But we love putting on her snow pants. Putting on her snow gear. That's an activity. I'm from Ottawa, so that's something that I've done with my family for a long time. It's kind of a trick. We sing a song, we make it fun. She puts on her own gloves, her own hat, and then I lie her flat as we're singing the song. We get down and we go flat, and then I slip on the snow pants. Slip them on, and then they have a nice little hook at the bottom of her feet. So that's been a nice activity for myself and my daughter and my family to do together. Just taking her outside, making snow angels and building snowmen. Those kind of memories are going to stay with us for a lifetime. So that's what I'm loving about the winter right now.
That's awesome. And she's so beautiful, your daughter. We're going to show her a little bit later on. As you can see in the right corner there are our puppy dogs. We had, there's Cosmo. Jesse, that's your dog, right?
It is. That was him last winter, actually. I originally got him and he was a black dog. He is no longer has black fur. He actually turned completely white and gray, which is hilarious. So that was the very first time Cosmo experienced snow. He's super sensitive to the cold. So I did bring him out recently because portions of Southern Ontario did see some light snow. He liked it a bit more, so I think it's growing on him.
That is so amazing. This beautiful picture is my two dogs, Sweet Pea and Shayla. Sweet Pea is the daughter of the little one in the back, okay? So Sweet Pea is 12 years old, Shayla is 13, and they love Christmas because I make them love Christmas. I don't think they have a choice in the matter. There they are again, so beautiful. Cosmo again, lovely little puppies, and that guy is Wheezy. Is that correct, Jesse?
Weezer, yes, the hot dog dog. That's Leah. She is one of our social media coordinators. He is absolutely adorable. He has come by our studio a couple of times, and he is just absolutely adorable.
Okay, so as I mentioned, I played hockey in Muskoka. I don't know if you can see the resemblance, but this was me playing my hockey. I can't say that I got any goals in, but man, did I skate up and down the ice. Here is my partner. We actually celebrate both Christmas and Hanukkah in our household, which is really exciting and fun, and lots of stuff to decorate. Matt, I think this is your little bundle of joy.
Yeah, so Chantal mentioned getting the snow gear on this past weekend. As Jesse mentioned, we had our first snowfall of the season where we live in Hamilton. So new snow jacket and snow pants from Nunno and Nunna, my parents. So he got outside enjoying the snow. He's a summer baby, so we're testing out the theory this year about if the summer babies do okay in the winter. But he was loving the snowfall on Sunday, so we're really hopeful that he is going to continue to enjoy it this year, and hopefully that rink will get a lot of good use with him, not only for me but for him this year as well.
And this little angel.
This is Anastasia, yeah. So she's been having lots of walks, enjoying getting bundled up. Strangely enough, she's climatized like myself from Ottawa, so she likes getting bundled up in the cold, and that's been really fun. We've been enjoying our Christmases, our snow time together, our holidays. So that's been one of our favorite things to look forward to when the snow starts falling. Just seeing her eyesight on it, it's really beautiful.
That's so cute. I cannot wait for Henry and Anastasia to come work here at the Weather Network. I'm already putting their names in for their resumes. But what's really fun right now is we have some questions coming in from viewers watching the Winter Aftercast. Now, Jesse, I'll let you handle this one. Mary wants to know, are we getting snow this week in London, Ontario?
Oh boy, that's a tough one. If anyone does watch, I do typically work early mornings at the Weather Network. So this is honestly, I will be, full disclosure, this is past my bedtime. I'm usually calling into my pajamas at this time. I will be on air 6 o'clock sharp tomorrow morning Eastern time. But let's take a closer look. I want to address some of that stuff because as of lately, this past week, portions of southern Ontario have been hit with not just one, but two clippers. And if you're not unsure what a clipper is, it's a very quick moving system. They're typically associated with some breezy winds and light snowfall. We saw two of those go by. London, Ontario in particular, we saw the light snow associated with that clipper, but we also got fairly intense lake effect snow bands impact the region. So you easily picked up close to 10, 15 centimeters this week. So it's not out of the question. Obviously, tomorrow kind of plays a role in that because we have another system, but the track of this one is going to be to our north. And what that means is it is going to be ushering milder air, which means rain showers for us across Ontario. And this plays a huge role in what I was indicating here with what's to be expected across the winter. We are seeing above seasonal temperatures. So yes, probably rain is not what we like to see as we head into the winter months, but it's certainly on the table. So yeah, some people are going to be disappointed and it might ruin your rink making activities as well.
Ooh. You hear that, Matt? Not maybe a great forecast for you. We have a lot of people writing in asking about if there's going to be snow on Christmas, and we have a lot of details coming out a little bit later on in the month for that. But Chantel, I wanted to ask you, what makes for perfect packing snow? We're talking snow, snow.
So that's that water content in the snow. That's what makes it the heaviest. You're not going to want that fluffy snow for packing on the snowman pounds, but just that perfect snowfall, that perfect heavy snow, that's what you're going to want to start that snowman. And then you work on it. It depends how big, if you're making a little family of snowmen. So definitely just finding that snow, it makes that perfect round, and just keep rolling it until you get it perfect. So that's what definitely makes the perfect snowman.
I will keep a lookout for that. Thank you for writing us in. We've got a hello from Martin from Whitehorse, a hello from Wanda from Labrador. Hello to both of you. Thank you for watching. And Matt, I have a question for you. It's a would you rather question. So Matt, would you rather have lots of snow and mild temperatures or cold and dry?
That's a great question. Now, if we'll touch on the rink building one more time, that would be colder and drier, but there are benefits to both, obviously, and it depends on what type of winter activity you want. Obviously, for skiing, we're going to want more snow, and it does look like in several areas across the country, we are going to see above average snowfall this year, which is going to mean great ski conditions, as we heard from Mia earlier, especially for parts of BC, Southern Ontario, and Quebec. So I guess it really all depends on what you're looking for out of your winter, what winter activities you want. If you don't like driving in snowy conditions, I'm sure you'll take the cold, the extra layers, and sitting by the fire with a cup of tea or hot chocolate might be the activity for you. So I'm going to say colder and drier would be preferred for me.
Ooh, thank you for giving that insightful information. I kind of agree with you, Matt. I would pick that one too. So we have heard from Mia from the West Coast. Thank you for joining us. But now we're going to hear from our favorite East Coaster, Nathan Coleman. He has a wonderful holiday message all the way from Halifax.
Hello from the East Coast. I'm looking forward to this upcoming winter season so I can spend more time with my family. I'd like to go sleigh riding, but you know, these temperatures are going to be above normal. That doesn't fare well for that, but let's hope we can get some good snowstorms here so we can have some fun with it. Happy holidays.
Oh, how cute is that? Just last week, Nathan Coleman's camera actually was blown over, and now he's blowing us away with that wonderful holiday message. I feel a little warmer inside from hearing it. We have some more questions coming in. Thank you for sharing them. And Chantel, I'm going to ask you this one because you mentioned bundling up your little one to get them ready to go out the door. But when it comes to pets, how cold is too cold for your pets to go outside and go potty?
Very good question. I think all pets need that outside time. So even if it's just for a little bit, especially if you have a bigger dog, little dog, doesn't matter. I know that outside, that activity is really important. I know that putting shoes on dogs is cute, and it keeps them warm. They have nice bundles that they can put on as well. But I would say it's never too cold in the part of the country we live in to take dogs outside. And I know that activity is really important, especially for them to use the potty as well. So I would say it's never too cold, but you know, you gauge it based on yourself because animals are really receptive to that.
That is really great advice, and I love that you mentioned putting booties on your dog. My dogs will throw a fit if I put anything on their body. I actually tried to put a sweater on my little dog named Shayla, and she fell over like this on her side and just pretended like she was asleep because she refused to go outdoors wearing something like that. And Jesse, I noticed you have a dog, Cosmo, who is also wearing a winter jacket. Does Cosmo like going outdoors in the cold winter time?
He's a naked dog. He hates the clothes. He would rather just endure any sort of weather element out there rather than putting on. I tried the little booties. I tried those tight balloon looking rubber boots because they're waterproof, obviously, because with the snow, he's a poodle mix, just like Rachel Schutzen's dog, which we'll show you Sunny. Absolutely, she is adorable. We need to get these two dogs together because they will have an absolute ball. Sunny is more of a fan of the winter weather than I would say Cosmo is. But again, the more I think we push them outside, the more they would technically enjoy it, I think.
Absolutely. Be a pushing parent. I love it. And Sunny there was just having a ball in the snow. And for me, thinking about winter, I think about the holidays, having hot chocolate, as you mentioned, Matt, by the fireplace. If you had to pick your perfect holiday, Matt, let's say expenses don't exist, what would be your favorite thing to do with your family, maybe with little Henry?
As much as I love the winter and it's the winter forecast, going down to a beach this time of year probably I wouldn't be opposed to that, but not at Christmas or holiday or during the holidays. We celebrate Christmas, but during the holiday season, to me, you have to have this winter type weather that we've grown up knowing in Canada. So I would say a beach sometime in December is okay, or early January, but around the holiday season, I prefer to stay with the cold temperatures that I'm used to here in Ontario.
As long as you're wearing a Santa hat on the beach, like it's fair game, right? And speaking of your little guy, Henry, I know Chantel mentioned she gets her kid ready. How long does it take to get Henry all bundled up for the snow? Does he wear a hat? Does he wear shoes? Walk me through it.
That's a great question, and really it depends on the day. Some days really into it. He loves spending time outside, but you know, kids that age, he's 18 months, sometimes they just don't feel like doing what you want them to do. So it can be a little bit of a process. He's not terribly fond of hats, but we did get him a winter hat that I got on him for the first time yesterday. Put a picture of that up on my Instagram, but he doesn't seem to like the hats unless he's outside in the cold. and then he's fine. So it can be a bit of a process. The mitts, he's still getting used to that as well. The jackets and the snow pants he seems to be okay with. We've had those going on since the fall for the jackets anyway, but hats and mitts are still a little bit of a work in progress, but I'm confident by the time we get into the thick of winter, he'll be right in the swing of things.
Yeah, and you got to put on those hockey skates for him soon if the rink's coming up. I'm going to ask you, Jesse. This is a question coming from Rachel. What are your holiday food favorites?
Oh my gosh. I am such a foodie. Actually,
Okay.
right before I got here to the building, I had a full-blown steak, potatoes, rice, bell peppers type of dinner. I won't get too much into that, but I'm a huge Thanksgiving type of person. So anything like that type of deal, like all the fixings. I love this homemade stuffing. I am an absolute cranberry sauce fanatic. Love getting into making that stuff from scratch at home. So I feel like that goes into the holiday, like past Thanksgiving, I think it goes into the Christmas, New Year's type of dinner plans as well. So that's totally me. I also have a sweet tooth. I used to do a lot of baking, not so much anymore, but yeah, totally chocolate all the way.
Do you let Cosmo eat the scraps of your food and your baking, or what?
Oh, not when I'm baking. No. That's a complete no. But if I'm chopping up something, actually, it's funny that you asked that because a lot of dogs, when you drop a piece of broccoli or a carrot, the dog will like kind of sniff around and they're totally not into it. They'll kind of like push it to the side. Cosmo is so into his greens and his veggies. He is a health nut.
What a healthy puppy. You know what? My dogs are the same. They go nuts for carrots.
Yes.
I don't know what that's about because I definitely didn't teach them that.
No.
I'm a sweet tooth lover myself. If I had to pick, I would probably eat cake for breakfast every single day. And I'm actually really curious as to what Chantel cooks around the holidays. As you have your beautiful daughter, do you tend to do a big helping of food? Like, walk me through what I can expect to come to your house for a holiday dinner.
So family parties are our thing. That's been the tradition for my entire life. So we like to get, my sister had 2 twin boys, so we like to get the twins over now with Anastasia. It's a whole fun ordeal. My grandma's 99 at home. So food, we're cooking from like 5 a.m., even sometimes the night before. It's a big deal in our house. You know, we invite as many people as we can, pre-COVID, of course, to just indulge. And that's the thing that we love partaking in, just that food, that family, that music, you know, movies over the holidays, just that whole entire energy and vibe is our total everything.
Oh, I love that. I love dancing around the fireplace to Jingle Bell Rock. I also love watching holiday movies. I don't know, how many times have I seen Elf? Probably about 30 million. Matt, does your little bundle know any holiday movies? Have you shown them something that you might lean more towards?
He's a little young for having a favorite, unless Sesame Street's going to come out with a holiday movie. Probably a little early for him to have a favorite. My favorite growing up was always The Grinch. I loved the Jim Carrey version. There's the animated version, of course, the old animated version. Now there's a newer animated version. We had that one playing the other night, and he was pretty interested in that. So I'm a sucker for any Grinch movie. That's always been one of my favorites, and it's definitely going to be a staple around the holidays again this year.
Oh, love it. Grinch is just a holiday favorite. Jesse, what about you? What is your go-to movie?
I'm honestly going to go on the same train as Matt, the old school Grinch animation, because we used to remember through elementary school, they would roll in that TV on the wheels. And whenever you see the supply teacher roll in that TV on the wheels, you knew, yes, we're going to watch an incredible movie. And that just brings back memories.
Yeah, that makes me honestly think of Bill Nye the Science Guy. I know it's off topic, but you probably know what I'm talking about if you went to middle school, which
absolutely,
hopefully we all did. Yeah. And speaking of the holidays, what are your plans? Obviously, it's important to stay safe, but are you planning on meeting up with some of your loved ones? Chantel, what are you planning to do? Do you celebrate Christmas? Do you have a Christmas tree already up?
So we do have our Christmas tree up. It's an annual tradition. My mom and I, we pull everything out. We actually got a bigger tree this year with lots of lights. So, you know, if staying home is the season, staying safe, that's what we're doing, and we're making it as festive as we can. And I mean, just seeing snow and the lights through my daughter's eyes is the greatest gift, honestly, that I could have ever asked for. My birthday, as I said, is Christmas Eve, but I don't want anything. I'm just grateful we're all healthy, we're happy, and we're together. That's everything for what the holidays mean for me this year. Just gratitude.
Yeah, you are such a positive person, because I would be a greedy Grinch. I'd be like, why don't I get more presents? What's going on, right? Because my sister also has a birthday on December 18th, and to be honest, she always kind of gets less presents than everyone else because her birthday is so close to Christmas. But Chantal, sounds like you just love being around the people that you love.
Yeah, and especially at times like this, that's all we can be grateful. Winter weather is unpredictable. You never know. So it's just be careful, be safe, and stay with the ones you love as much as possible. That's so key this holidays. That's the message I want to give.
Absolutely. I love it. And I know we've covered Christmas, but what about the new year? I don't know if you guys believe in New Year's resolutions. Jesse, have you been successful in the past? And if so, what are you planning for the future?
You know what my secret is there, Jordan? It's to never wait until that New Year's Day to start that resolution. It's always to get ahead of the game. So if you're signing up for that new gym membership, do it in December. Do it before the Christmas holidays, because once you wait and you snooze, you lose. If you wait until the new year, you see that lineup at the gym and everyone's getting in there, and then they drop off like flies by February because you just kind of lose your inspiration there. So get on that resolution first. I feel like we don't need to wait until New Year's Day to make those goals. I feel like every month we should have one sort of goal for us to just reach.
Well, that's a really good point. And I actually started writing down like affirmations, things that I want to do in a journal, and it helps out really well. But Matt, what about you? Do you have any wishes for the new year? Any resolutions perhaps?
No, I'm not normally a resolutions person. You know, it's so similar vein to Jesse. You just try, you know, take it one day at a time and try to be the best person you can be on a day-to-day basis. And normally that works out well. As far as you know, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, I found the last few years I've been working here on the morning show. Usually Jessie is working holidays as well. It feels like her and I always seem to get a little bit of the short straw and be working those holidays at the same time. So we'll be, or at least I will be here first thing New Year's Day, bright and early on your TV on the Weather Network. So no time for resolutions when we're working through the holidays.
I will say this one thing which is hilarious. Anyone who's tuning in who works at the Weather Network or one of these TV stations, they know we have all these clocks because every time zone is different. So we have all these clocks up on the wall. And if you work the night leading into New Year's Day, or actually, sorry, I'm getting confused. I'm talking about the time change, but yeah, same deal.
It's having its effect already.
It is. All those clocks go back an hour or forward an hour. Because of the time change, which happened not too long ago, actually, for many of us, not all of us. Leah in Saskatchewan, Moose Jaw, her clocks stayed the same, and we are all jealous of you.
Lucky her.
Yeah,
Lucky
I know.
Leah.
Actually, I would love to get some viewers' opinions on the time change, because that plays a crucial role heading into this winter season, because it is so incredibly dark too early, if you ask me.
Yeah, it's 4 o'clock and it's pitch dark outside. I'm looking at my clock 2 times being like, am I in the right place? Am I in the right town? It really can mess with your head a little bit. But speaking of New Year's resolutions, I tried to keep mine really specific this year because I am not good at keeping them. So this year I have decided to turn off the television when eating my dinner. I don't know about you guys, but I often sit on the couch and I watch TV, specifically the Weather Network, and I eat my food and it's gone in 30 seconds and I forget what I ate. Do you guys like eat with your families, or are you like me?
So Jordan, at my house, we try to eat together because that's our everyday time together. We try to all round up at the same time. Sometimes we're waiting for Anastasia's dad to come home, and we just sit there, and it's our time to just stare at each other and debulk our day. And just to get back into New Year's resolutions, I just wanted to say, kind of as to add to Jesse's point, that every day is an opportunity to start anew. So for myself personally, I stopped doing New Year's resolutions because that's putting a lot of pressure on those ideas. Instead of that, it's like every day, wake up, see how you feel, and go for that walk by the water, or go for that walk to the gym, and just feel good on a daily basis. You know, do what you said you were going to do, or try that new thing you said you were going to do. Every day is the opportunity to start that. So it doesn't have to wait for January 1st.
Chantal, that is such a good point. And are you looking for a new child? I would love to come to your family and have dinner with you, because it sounds so perfect and just heartwarming to be in your presence. Honestly.
We can adopt you, Jordan, as long as your family doesn't mind.
I'm 27. Is it okay? Is it still all right?
Any age is welcome. We have young ones to old ones.
Okay, great. I have a boyfriend, 2 dogs, and fish. Is that okay?
Totally okay. Anna will love them.
Love it. Well, before we wrap up, I was hoping that Jesse could give us a little bit of a summary of our winter forecast. Would you mind, Jesse?
Absolutely. One key factor that I didn't really touch on that I want to, I'll show you a couple of graphics just to support this. One term that we talk about a lot is La Nina. I've been doing lots of interviews this week, and a lot of radio stations and TV stations have been asking, how does La Nina play a part of our winter forecast across the country? So La Nina, to simply put it, is a state of our global pattern, and we are seeing this state strengthen as we head into the winter season. So it's cooler than normal Pacific waters centered over the equator. So that is a key indication of this storm boundary that you're seeing right here, indicated by that arrow on your screen. A wetter, cooler than normal, centered across the west coast pattern is going to be prevalent right through basically February. And then notice that storm track into the Great Lakes. That's going to be tricky. That may be playing a part in our above normal precipitation as we head into the season as well. So depending on that storm boundary, we may be seeing above seasonal snowfall, which is great, but keep in mind we are seeing some of that mild air fighting in, so we may be seeing that precipitation at times fall as rain, unfortunately, as we head into January and February, because we are going to be tipping on the milder side. So it's going to be a very interesting winter season to see how this turns out to be.
Thank you so much for giving us some insight on what we can expect. And thank you all here, Jesse, Chantal, Matt, for joining us. Are you guys excited for the winter?
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
I got one head nod. Awesome.
It has
thank
its perks.
Yes, it definitely does. Thank you, everyone, for watching us here on the Winter Aftercast. And remember to catch the full Winter Aftercast on theweathernetwork.com/winter. Thanks for joining us, and have a happy holidays, guys.